Hi everyone, it's Katie and I am back with a card making video today. A simple thank you card. Most of us need thank you cards this time of the year after the holidays, and I thought I would use up some leftover holiday papers to create a very simple and easy card for you today using a few of my favorite products. I'm going to be working with the stamp set from Papertrey Ink's Keep It Simple set. This is the thank you set. It features 6 different types of font and thank yous. I'm going to be working with the small word curve die, and all of the products I will have links to in the bottom of this video as well as on my blog. But this is just a little word bubble die that I think is kind of cute and kind of shows that you're saying something. And I'm just using Papertrey Ink papers, pattern papers from Echo Park's 'Tis the Season, which was from last year, and then some scraps of cardstock. I'm starting off with a regular A2 size card. This is the 8.5 by 11 sheet that I cut the long way, so it is 4.25 by 11, and I'm going to score it on my scoreboard at 5.5 inches so that it'll make a tall card when it stands up. And I've scored it and I'm just folding it in half, but then I'm going to open it back up and pull out my Big Shot in order to use the die. But I wanted it scored before I got going on everything else so that I didn't lose the size. I'm using my Big Shot, and if you have a magnetic plate, that would work really great to hold the die down. I do not, so I am just going to use some repositional tape. This is Scotch brand repositional tape, and I'm just using really small pieces, and it doesn't take a lot, but I can reuse this throughout the project and make multiple cards using these 2 small pieces of tape. So I've taped them down about 1 inch or so from the bottom of the card front and ran it through the Big Shot. And then I'm going to take it off there and you can kind of see what the die does. I just think this is a fun die. I love that it goes all the way across the front of the card, but you could use it on smaller pieces too and make a fun little word bubble. You could put pretty much anything in there, and it makes for a very simple card like you'll see that we're making today. I'm using this red cardstock as just a mat underneath there, kind of a barrier between the white and the pattern paper, and you'll see later on at the end of the video where I made some without the mat, and you can do that, but I just preferred having the mat of cardstock in between the white and the pattern paper. So I'm taking it off of my Big Shot, and because I use small pieces of tape, it's just harder for me to pick it up, but really it's very simple and quick and easy. And when I put the red cardstock underneath the white, the little part that sticks down, I didn't really care for the way that lined up, so I just grabbed my scissors and chopped it off there. And it still works just fine for a nice mat underneath the white. And I grabbed my pattern paper to make sure that that was the right size, because I had cut some that were the wrong size when I was preparing for this. And I also decided that I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the white before I get everything put together, simply because I only like stamping through 1 sheet of cardstock instead of multiple layers. Then I know I'm going to get a really good image. And I'm using Muse Studios ink today. These are a pigment-based ink, and I picked these up a long time ago. I think I got a set of 10 or 12 colors, and I really like the colors and just how juicy the pads are. It works great, especially when I'm working with text stamps like this. It gives a nice crisp image, but it's not too messy, and the colors are very vibrant. So I've stamped my sentiment on, and now I'm going to use my ATG Gun and put it all together. And really, this couldn't be simpler. There's a few steps in the die cutting, but as far as that goes, putting it all together is very simple. And you can easily make 10 or 15 cards in one sitting. Now I am taking the pattern paper and I'm lining it up with the bottom of the card, and I just kind of visually saw where the front is going to land, so I knew where to put tape. But I'm making sure that it's square with the back so that when I close the card, it's the same size. And it all works out perfectly. There you go. You have a very simple thank you card. I made another one using some leftover red glitter paper and the same Echo Park pattern paper. I made one using some green cardstock to mat. And as I mentioned before, this one I didn't put any cardstock, and I really like the look of it, but I like having that little barrier in between there. So that's it for today. That was a very simple card. It took less than 10 minutes. So if you're looking for a very simple card to make for some thank yous for your friends and family, there you have it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.